Krew Season Podcast. We are back again. This is episode 59.
50 y 9. 50 y 9.
It's gonna be on you, boy.
I'm proud of you.
Damn shame that you live down here. You can barely speak Spanish.
Hey, no, hold on.
Shots fired already.
Spanish like the mayor of New York. En el nombre de Jesucristo.
This shit started. It just started already. Kenny T is in the building. OT is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know the thing is in the motherfucking building, goddamn me.
And I am D Trill AC, and today, it's a special day. We have legendary status in the building with us today. Fatman Scoop is in the building.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Legend.
You know, it's so funny when people always say legend. Never look at myself like that. I just look at a dude that worked every single day, that was lucky enough to work every single day. And, you know, like, once you get past a certain amount of years at a certain level, you do get called legendary. But for me, it's more about just having the opportunity to work every day. The average rap career lasts 3 years.
Yeah.
So to do it 28 years,
Insane.
you know, at a high level or a decent level is really an accomplishment. So I take that. I really used to have a hard time with the word legend. And now I accept it. I guess, you know, if you've done enough, I guess you are a legend.
Hell yeah.
Fact.
Again, we're going to get another round of applause. We like to give flowers what they do. You goddamn, you well deserving of them.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I do appreciate it.
Let's go, y'all. I had to do it.
That's real rap.
I mean, it's a blessing. Like, you got to look at it this way. I didn't even know I didn't know I was going to do that. I started off as a rapper. I used to rap.
I didn't know this.
So I was signed to Teddy Riley. Because Teddy Riley's from my neighborhood in Harlem. I'm from St. Nick Projects. And I started off as a rapper under the Dougie Fresh system, which is like it was like Dougie Fresh was the man in Harlem, and it was like a farm system under him, just like anybody else. Like, you know, Moneybagg Yo got his people, or you know, 42 Doug got his people, whatever. And I had a rap group, and it was 3 of us, and we were under Dougie. So it was, at that time, it was us, Rob Bass, Biz Markie, God bless the dead. Biz used to come back and forth and just, you know, be in Harlem doing shows at this legendary place called the YMCA. And you know, we were just young dudes doing it. And then I wound up kind of signing to Teddy, and that didn't work out. And then I went to Puff. My man DJ Chillwell, my mentor, the DJ for the Get Fresh crew, took me to Puff. And Puff was like, yo, listen, I love what you're doing, bro. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Here's what we're going to do. Rhyme hard for the streets, and then I'm going to put you in a suit and tie, and we're going to make you for the women. You're going to be the fat nigga for the women. So he already had that idea of Notorious B.I.G. from the beginning. So I was supposed to be the first Notorious B.I.G. Now, I couldn't pull it off because I'm a funny dude, a happy dude by nature. So I was rhyming about hard shit, but I was dancing.
Yeah.
Like when I was performing, I was in the Dougie Fresh school, so I was fucking talking about street shit, but dancing. Right. And this shit don't add up. So one day I just said, you know, I can't do this. And I went to Puff. I said, nah, man, I don't think it's for me, man. And I went off and I worked at a hospital for like a year and a half, went back to Puff and said, yo, Puff, I want to be in the music business. And he thought I was coming back to, you know, want to rhyme again. I said, nah, man, I want to be in the business. He said, you should do something called record promotion. And I was like, well, what the hell is that? He said, you call radio stations and make sure they play the records. And I said, okay. He said, come back on Monday. Because I think he was going to wear me out as an intern and get my mind into saying, fuck this, I want to be my own boss. I'm a rap again. Right. During that weekend, I went to my friend who had another record label went there on that Monday and became an intern. I bust my ass for like 2 years for free. I worked a regular job and then that job, and then I went from making like $20,000 one day, like $19,800 to like $200,000 when I got hired at the other job, at Tommy Boy Records, and took it from there and then just did really, really well, broke a lot of records. Like I was down here all the time, with Mad Hatter, Steve Nice was down here at the time, GT, who else was down here, man? Everybody was down here. And, I used to break the records, bring all the Tommy Boy records down. And then I when my brother wanted to go to college, I heard DJ Cool do this record called "Is New York in the House?" Is New York in the house right now? And at the time I was working at High 97, so I went to my coworker who was Funkmaster Flex. Flex used to come on before me, and then I would come and do the overnight. Yeah. So I was like, "Yo, Flex, what's that?" And then he told me who it was, and it just so happened that one of the producers of the Crooklyn Clan was a guy who was on the radio, so I used to give him the records, and I had never yelled in my life before, I went to meet them, and they were like, "Yo, just yell something." And I was like, "Hands up," and just yelled that shit. And one of the producers, DJ Scissorhands, went fucking nuts. He started jumping up and down. He said, "We got our own sampling machine." I didn't know what I was fucking doing. I was just trying to put my brother through college, through Hampton University. And I had a plan. I said, if I'm going to do a record, I'll do a record, and I'll make $500 a show, and I'll do 100 shows. And I should have enough to pay like $50K or, to get my brother through the first year. Right. Got him through college, paid the whole college out, because, at that time, Hampton was like $50K. So now it's probably like $70K a year. Easy. And, I paid the $200K, got him out, and he went on to be in the music business, and now he's an executive. He was at Def Jam. He was the president of Maybach Music for about 5-6 years, running Rick Ross's label, and then that label dissolved, and now he's the head of black music at Arista Records. So he did his own shit, you know what I'm saying? So the reason that y'all even know me and I'm blessed like this is because this wasn't done because I wanted to be hot. I was already on the radio. It was done to help another person. So God put his hand on it and was like, "Yo, you do that? All right, here. 30 years on that song." I have 5 records. I got, let's see, ones that you really, really know other than the white people, other than the pin. I got a lot of that shit. I got, get high, rave, cocaine, all that shit. I got Be Faithful, the Sean Paul record, Get Busy, Drop.
Drop is the one.
It Takes Two. Drop, by the way, was a failure.
What?
It was a failure. It Takes Two, and what else am I leaving out? Whatever the fuck I'm leaving. I got like 4 or 5 records, and I've been working 27 years on 4 or 5 records.
That's crazy.
That's God right there. Drop was a failure. It's a big failure.
Damn it! But what Drop in? You got served, no?
So here's what happened.
Yeah, we gotta know. I gotta know this.
I go to do the record. I get a call from Timberland. He's like, "Yo, come down and do this record." So I go down and do the record. It's a big ass studio. Just the microphone booth is bigger than this whole complex.
Yeah.
Like from there to there's like 3 of these areas, maybe 3 or 4 of these areas. Big piano in there, and he was like, "Yo, well, do your thing." And I couldn't get anything out. Like he played the beat, but nothing would come out. Like it wasn't right. And if you know Timberland's a genius. He's the most creative producer I've ever met in my life. That motherfucker will take. This is how you make a beat. He'll go in and go. Then he'll take these fucking things and go. Then he'll take this shit and go. Then he'll fucking go. And he'll make, that's how he makes all his beats.
Yeah.
And when I was in there, he had a big keyboard, and just imagine back then it was all CDs. Imagine a guy sitting here and there's just a bunch of CDs around him. He can't get out. It's like a bunch of CDs. So I'm in there, somehow he gets out of the fucking thing. He's like, "Yo, do this." I can't do it. He said, "All right, cool." He takes me and he puts me in this little studio that's the size of like a broom closet.
Yeah.
At the time, I was so fat I couldn't even fit in the thing. Like I was barely in it. My arms were like this. And then it just came out. And whatever I say, y'all got to do, it just came out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we put the record out, and again, I'm a radio promo guy. So I'm at High 97, I'm Fatman Scoop now, but I still have the experience from being a record promotion guy.
Yeah.
So I said, Tim, I'll work the record. Don't worry about it. I'll move the record around across the country, whatever. So I start taking the record around the country. It's okay. I'm not getting a great response on it. It's hard, whatever. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So I get maybe 4 years later, I get a call from Jimmy Henchman. And if you know who Jimmy Henchman is, I don't know if y'all know who Jimmy Henchman is.
Legendary gangster.
Yeah, legendary gangster. So when I get the call, I see that it's Jimmy Henchman. The number. That's at the beginning of smartphones. So I saw, he left a message like, yo, this is Jimmy Henchman, man. I'm looking for you. Can you call me back? So the first thing I do is I go and call my man Trell from Harlem. I call all gangsters that I know.
Got to. You don't know what's up, baby.
This is going to be a real, like,
yeah.
I don't know what this.
I don't know who messed with his
I don't know
money,
what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm calling all my dudes. I call my man from Queens. I'm calling everybody I know this gangster because I'm like, yo, we got to cut this off at the pass. I'm not built for this.
Yeah.
Look, I'll fight you.
Right.
Yeah. I'll fight you for my family, and I'll shoot at you for my family. But dealing with somebody like Jimmy Henchman is something completely
war
different.
is different.
You ready to go all the way?
So I call him back, and I'm like, yo. So now I'm, yo, Jimmy, what's up? It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Because I can't, yo, Jimmy.
That nigga got on the phone and started
I can't go, yeah, Jimmy, you know, fucking go to the gym. Hey, yo, Jimmy, what's good? What's good, Jimmy? It's good. So he said, hey, Scoop, so he's so confident in his whole gangster shit. He's like, hey, Scoop, man, what's going on? But I'm like, yeah, man, it's a fuck. Yeah, it was me. Right? Making a fool out of myself, not realizing I'm a fucking fool, right?
Yeah.
And he said, yo, I got something for you. And I said, what? He said, you know the record that you did with Timberland? He said, yo, there's a movie that we want to put in called You Got Served. And I said, because, you know, it was just the movie. Nobody knew what it was. Right? So he said, yo, I got a check for you. Can you come down and pick up the check? And I was like, you know, I want to negotiate the thing. But I went down there anyway to see what the check was.
Yeah.
So if the check wasn't right, I was going to be like, yo, man, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll catch you later. I'm going to get the fuck out. But when I got there,
Check was right.
He took care of you.
I looked at the check. Now, I know what, because I'm in the record business.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of what you're supposed to get paid for something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I looked at the check, and I just look, you know, he said, I didn't even argue. Like, it was so much that I didn't even argue.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was so much that I was able to put a down payment on my first house.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
So
real.
when I looked at the check, he said, and then I got the fuck out of there. Right? So now the record comes out on You Got Served.
Yeah.
Now it's in the opening sequence.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind,
As soon as the movie started, pop.
keep in mind, to this day I've never watched that movie.
What?
Never watched it.
Oh, come on, man.
I
That's
you know,
breaking
I
news
do.
right
No,
here.
I have to watch that
It's
shit. Like
breaking
I never watched it, but I saw that little clip. You know,
the
just
opening
that
scene.
little opening scene, and because they say, you know, they ask you, do you like it? Do you like it? And I was like, yeah, it's cool. But little did I know that was going to start a whole world of kids into dance, and once that happened, then it became a hit.
Yeah.
Because it was in a huge movie. Then it just became a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Right.
But initially, I couldn't get arrested with that record.
Yeah.
That's true. and keep in mind, Timberland is one of the greatest producers to ever inhale oxygen.
Right.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I can't even explain to you guys how good he is.
Yeah.
You have to see it happen.
Yeah.
There's no way to explain. I tried to explain it to you just now, but you have to actually see him do it.
Yeah.
And he does it like, when he's doing the shit, it's like effortless. He's like, yo, fuck. And that's where y'all got.
Yeah.
That was him doing the beatbox first. So that's how he puts it down.
That's
It's
dope.
Because Timberland was a beatbox first. He's a beatboxer first.
Yeah.
So that's how he puts his shit. And then he puts all the shit over. It's just amazing to watch.
Shit is incredible. It's
Thanks
incredible.
for the intro.
Bad
That's
motherfucker.
legendary.
Thanks for the intro.
He's a bad
Goddamn
motherfucker.
me.
He's a bad motherfucker. I mean, I've been around a lot of producers. The Crooklyn Clan, for the guys who made my record, the records, for what they did, they were like amongst the best too. But, you know, DJ Premier, even Pimp C, like these these are different kind of people.
Yeah.
From my hometown.
Right. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of pimping going on down there.
Goddamn.
For some reason, I noticed in the areas where it's hotter, it's a lot of mouthpiece pimping going. That man was a pimp for no goddamn reason. But you notice that, you know, when guys are good, and there are a lot of great producers, but I put Timberland right up there. I wouldn't be. He's in the top 5, I know for sure. I wouldn't know who the number 1 producer is because when you do a list,
Yeah.
when you do a list,
You're gonna forget
you
something.
always fuck people.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Hell yeah.
I made a list of 50 MCs. I was like, oh, I fucked him.
Right.
I fucked him. So, you know, you can never do a list of anybody because you're going to fuck somebody.
But you got to do it off what you love, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody's preference gonna be different. So your list may be what you love, but everybody else hate.
I have, I got into arguments with people about my list. I said, listen, my fucking list, man.
Right.
I'm in my own house making this fucking list. I'm in my house making this list, nigga. I'm not in your house. I'm in my own fucking house with my internet making this fucking list.
Right.
Leave me the fuck alone about my list. But if for some reason people want to argue with you about your shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, I didn't ask you to. If you like it, like it. If you don't, fuck it. Just fuck you and fuck you and fuck. Man, just fuck y'all. You know, that's where I'm at with that.
Man, here's a question. At what point, like in the early stages, at what point was it that you knew, okay, my life getting ready to change for real now?
Shit. Well, do you mean as Fatman Scoop or do you mean in the record business?
Just in the record business in general.
So I came into the record business and I had a great personality and I could make people laugh. And if you guys don't know, record promotion is when you convince people to play your records.
Mm-hmm.
So any record that you hear on the radio today, pick a record. Let's pick a record. What's hot record right now?
What? Baby Dirk, Every Chance I Get.
Right. Okay. So somebody went to the box in Houston, and they have a representative for the label, and they talk to them, and they get the DJs to play the record and stuff like that. So I knew my life was going to change the day that I got a call from my mentor, one of my mentors, one of the people. If he wasn't there, there would be no Fatman Scoop. His name is Albie Ragusa from Tommy Boy. And when he called me and said, hey, man, listen, we're looking for someone to work at Tommy Boy and run the rap promotion department. Now, keep in mind, I'm an intern. Same day, the day I get this phone call, I'm just a fucking intern that works at Mount Sinai Hospital from 7 to 3 and then takes a shower at 2 o'clock and runs down to a record label at 3 o'clock and stays there till 11 and gets on a bus to go to the Bronx and goes to sleep at 12 midnight and wakes up at 4, and I'm doing that for like a year and a half.
Damn.
I'm making a lot of noise, but I'm still unpaid.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he said, would you like to come and work with the Tommy Boy family? And I said yes. I knew my life was going to change then. when I went, so now I'm working at Tommy Boy. So I'm the guy that goes to the radio station.
Yeah.
I'm at the radio station so much at Hot 97 in the morning when Ed Lover and Dr. Dre were on there.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, there was no box.
Yeah.
There was no other station that was playing hip-hop. We were the only station in the world playing hip-hop other than Power 106 and one of the stations who created it in Phoenix, Arizona with my guy Boogie D. But we were the main ones known for it. I was up there so much promoting my records to Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, the morning show, I wound up, I knew what the fuck I was doing, but I wound up sliding in there as a character. So I knew what I was doing. I said, oh shit, they fuck with me. They like my language, they like my lingo, they like all my shit. Let me go. And I became a character on the show. One day the program director, Steve Smith, came to me and he was like, look, you're on the morning show so much. You know you work for a record company, right? I said, yeah. He said, you're on the radio so much, like you're talking all. He said, man, Angie Martinez is moving to date to 6 to 10. Would you like to take her spot and do midnight? At that point, I knew it was that was another life changer.
They might be different.
Now I made less at Hot 97 than I made at Tommy Boy, but I had the microphone now.
Right. Exactly.
So I was able to make more money. So I knew that.
So you can wield a lot of people.
Right. So now that was one. Then when that happened and I got in there and I was doing my thing, I really knew my life was going to really change because there's been certain marks when I made Be Faithful. I knew it was going to change. Now, and I tell this all the time, but it never gets old. When I made, first record I made was a record called Hands Up. Or Busta Rhymes, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. So it was like, hands up, now put your hands up. That shit was rocking. Again, it was killing because I'm the guy that goes to Steve Nice and Mad Hatter and GT, but now I got my own shit.
Right. Right.
They know who my brother is because I know who their family is and all that kind of shit. I know who, because it's a relationship business.
Yeah, of course.
So I go to them and I'm like, yo, man, I want to put my brother through school. I got this song and I'm going to try to do it. When they heard the song, they was like, oh, this shit is fire and we're going to help you put your brother through. Don't worry about it. Out the door. That shit was booming everywhere, right? So I made that record. Then I made a record called Where You At? Oh, my wow, motherfuckers, where you at? Where you at? That was good. It was for niggas. It was for take your shirt off crowd. Then we made a decision. I was like, we got to make records for women.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give y'all a lesson here. If you're out there and you're an artist, always make records for women.
Always. Yeah.
Here's why.
Sure.
The party doesn't start unless women get on the floor. So when I walk into a club, I literally got to pull women on the floor. Once I got 20 women on the floor, I'm going to go grab some guys. Now, don't make me question your sexuality now. Okay, just get on here. Let's cut the lights off. And nobody see you touching ass, and because in the black club, everybody get handsy in the black club.
Right.
There's no way there's that much ass in a hand. There's a hand. So now you got that kind of thing going on. So now I make that record. So we're going back to the women. Women come to your show and they support.
Yeah.
They don't come. They don't try to get in for free. They just pay the money.
Yeah.
Okay?
Facts.
They come in the front and they cheer. They actually support you. They don't, most of the times, they don't fight. You have a girl fighting, the titty pop out or whatever, but that's very rare with, the women come and start problems at the club.
Right.
You got to be a real aggressive woman to do that shit.
Right.
And you have to be raised on malt liquor to do that kind of shit. But the average woman's going to come, oh, yeah, girl, with their girlfriends. And at the end,
Get what you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
if that's what your whole shit is. So, I was always big on making records for women. So I went to Crooklyn Clan and I said, we got to make a record for women. Make this. So I said, I was like, we're going to use this beat. because I'm playing it on Hot 97.
Yeah.
So every night I'm, kind of fucking with it, and I'm thinking about all the shit that I would say in the club. Now, back then, I wasn't Fatman Scoop like that. So I would be like, hey, what's up? It's Hot 97, blazing hip-hop and R&B at Club Hollywood, Fatman Scoop. I'm not Fatman Scoop. I'm not that guy. I'm radio. Hey, it's so-and-so, and Club Zanzibar. Like that kind of shit. And I'm starting to get into my Fatman Scoop shit. So anyway, I make the record. And by now, I know the Dougie Fresh shit.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in the crowd participation shit.
Yeah.
So I know how to rock a crowd.
Yeah.
So now, all I did was take all the best chants that I had at the time and put them on that one record. Everything I had, I put on there.
Yeah.
You got $100, so shit, I would do, you got $100 bill, get your hands up in the club. I would single ladies make noise, and all the chicken heads be quiet. I would do all the shit in the club.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your zodiac sign? That,
Whole checklist.
Can I get a whoop whoop? Because whoop whoop was hot, and Jay-Z's what, and then Crooklyn Clan came with the engine number 9, and then the hey ho was because Naughty by Nature were not only were they artists on the label, they were my friends. So that was like a tribute to me saying, yo, I love y'all.
Yeah.
And so I put all this shit together. We make the record, and now because I was on Hot 97, I never had to go and clear a record the way somebody would have to clear it with Atlantic or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
We were the only radio station in the world for playing hip hop. So we did what the fuck we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Give a fuck. I'm putting this shit out. And you're not. If you argue about this shit, you can take it up with my program director Tracy Cloherty.
Yeah.
And she, if y'all can read books on her, Miss Jones talked about her. We used to call her the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
She'll shut your record down for nothing.
Yeah.
She cut off stop Jay-Z records on the station. And Nas, dead everybody. She don't give a fuck. She'll dead all your records. She don't care.
Yeah.
And you are now the record label trying to figure out how come how your records are not getting played on this only station that's an outlet for hip hop. Right. So anyway, I go to Puff. So I wouldn't clear the record, but I would go ask for permission.
Yeah.
So I went to DMX. I said, yo, I'm gonna do your record. Okay, cool. I went to Puff, and now remember, I know Puff is an artist, but now I'm Fatman Scoop from the radio station.
Yeah.
So I go in, and I go to Puff, and I'm like, yo, Puff, this is, at that time there was DAT machines. So I was like, yo, man, this is the record that I did off Love Like This by Faith.
Yeah.
And I gave it to him. He put it in the DAT machine. Yeah. Now, if you've ever been in Puff's office at that time, he had a big table like this.
Yeah.
And it was all glass in the table, like crushed glass to look like diamonds.
Yeah.
So Puff is the fucking man then. Like Puff is the whole shit of the night.
Yeah.
He's the whole shit of the night.
Yeah.
Now, back then, there was two ways. There wasn't this shit. We were just getting into this.
Yeah.
There was a two-way, Motorola two-way. So I'm playing the song for him. I'm sitting in the chair, Puff doing like this. Yo, give me a fucking salad, nigga. Yo, I don't want to hear that shit. Get it on the station now. Yo, fuck that. Yo, I can't believe this bitch. Just a million other things.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and anybody that know Puff know how Puff he'll do you. He'll make you feel like you ain't shit, right? Yeah. So I say, yo, Puff, what you think about this? And he like, all right, man. So I walk out of Bad Boy Records. I never forget, I was walking from Bad Boy to where Justin's is at, where his old restaurant was at. And I'm looking at the fucking DAT, and I want to take the DAT and throw the shit in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is the hottest nigga in the world. He's saying, man.
Yeah. Man.
Some tells me put the record out. So I put the record out. I make vinyl because back then there's no MP3. It's vinyl. So I make 300 copies of the shit. The way I used to test it was I would put it in the radio station, and we would see were people taking it and taking the vinyl or whatever. So I put 100 in there, and when I put 100 in there at midnight, when I came back the next day, they were gone. Yeah, that was a big shit because usually you see somebody take 40 or 35 or 40. I went and got another box. I put the shit in there, 100 gone.
Damn.
Yeah.
I put another box of 100 in there. Gone.
We out of here. We out of here at this point.
So I'm saying something's going on with this record. So it's starting to bubble. I'm feeling it in the streets. I'm hearing it. So one night I'm working because I work overnights. So one night I'm working and the phone rings at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And like maybe two. And there's 3 different lines when you go on a radio station. There's the regular lines that the callers are on. Then there's something called the warm line, which is like if the Baby is going to call or the Migos going to call, they call that phone number. The record label has that phone number. Then you got the hotline. So that's the owner. That's the nigga who owns the station.
Big dog.
You got him, you got the general manager, the regional manager, the program director, and the music director. When that phone rings, you fucked up. You fucked up. So this phone's ringing at 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. I pick up the phone, and at the time, my program director is Tracy Cloherty. I'm like, Tracy, I'm sorry. I don't even know what the fuck I'm sorry for. I'm sorry, because now I got to get my whole shit.
Right.
Let me get out of my
shit. I got to get my whole shit, because my whole shit is not right.
Yeah.
It's Puff. He's in the club. You hear the record playing and you hear people roaring.
Yeah.
Like you hear, and he's like, yo, Scoop, this shit is fire. Crazy, nigga.
You ain't hanging the phone up?
No. I said, because now I'm yelling. I'm like, yo, nigga, I came 3 weeks ago and you fucking didn't give a fuck about it. He said, don't worry about the shit. The shit is hot. Boom. He said, I don't give a fuck. He said, I don't give a fuck. The shit is hot. Boom. Now, if you know Puff, Puff don't fuck with you unless you're hot.
Yeah.
He's so hot that he can't have nothing air around him.
Right.
So when that nigga said, yo, this shit is fire, and bang the phone on me, I said, okay.
We in there.
This is it.
Yeah.
That's when my shit started going over there.
Yeah.
Then I get a call. Now this is the next level. I get a call